friends, this is the video that's going to support the download that I offer for free called Your Studio Mic Setup. And really this is designed for people who haven't had a studio mic before and maybe they're a little bit nervous about having a microphone in their studio, or maybe you think that it's a little too technical for you, but the download that I made for you called Your Studio Mic Setup is super easy. It's a great way to get your students started using a microphone, and you can have fun with it too. So let's get going. Let's start with the peripheral stuff and then we'll get to the fun thing. The first thing you're going to need is a microphone stand. If you don't already have one, I want to talk to you about two basic different kinds of stands. This is one kind of stand, and you see it has pretty big feet, right? The footprint's pretty big, and that's really nice for a gig. You know, it's really nice because you can fold this up. See this little thing here? You can fold these legs up. It doesn't weigh very much, but it has a nice solid foundation. If you're gonna use it for both gigging and your studio, that's a really great choice. Alternatively, if you want one that doesn't have as big a footprint, there are the ones that you've probably seen in like choir concerts and stuff that have the little round bases. Those are really nice if you don't have to drag it around because it has a small base, it's heavy, it's pretty sturdy. They're not the easiest to bring from place to place. We also have with us today a microphone. Now this is the microphone that I recommend in the download, Your Studio Mic Setup. It is the Shure SM58. I recommend two microphones. They're both in the $100 range. This is sort of the industry standard. Yours will be nicer than this one. This one's been around the block. Then we also want our microphone cable. So that's another purchase. You have to make that. That does not come with the microphone. Again, yours will be nicer. This one's been around the block. And then there's the speaker cable. Now this comes with your speaker, so we'll go through how this one works, okay? Now the star of the show is the Behringer B105D. Now I have the grandfather of this, so I decided to just buy this guy since he's the one I'm recommending to you in the download. Here's the face of it. Here's the back of it. Now this obviously comes with instructions, so you don't need to just rely on this, but I want to show you this so that you feel comfortable putting this together in your studio. The first thing we're going to do is put it on the microphone stand. At the bottom of this there's a little hole, and we're just going to put that right on there like that. So, well, there we go. All right, so now you notice about this is it is at head height. It's kind of looking up at me. Isn't that nice? So now I can just adjust it so that I can see the controls and it's looking up at me and I can hear myself really well. The next thing we're going to do is plug the microphone in. So we have our mic cable, and I'm going to start with the intuitive end first. When you look at the two ends of your mic cable and you look at the bottom of your microphone, you'll be able to see which goes where. So plug your microphone in. Once you've done that, then you can plug into your monitor. This is actually a monitor. This is not a speaker like a speaker that you would hear in your living room or when you go to a concert or something. This is not designed to broadcast to the audience. It's designed for the instrumentalist or the singer to hear themselves well in a performance situation. But it's really nice for practicing because of all the things that we have talked about and will talk about. So it doesn't do fancy things to your voice. It basically makes you louder. But it's really nice because if you're gigging, you can take this with you and have your own monitor, just hear your own voice, and it weighs almost nothing. I mean, a couple of pounds. It's really amazing. So we're gonna plug the other end, the remaining end, into the thing that says mic line 1. Now, the reason I did this one first is because this is slightly less intuitive. It doesn't really look like it's going to fit. But what you're going to do with this is you're gonna find the little hole. That hole, it goes up. It goes at 12 o'clock, okay? And if you do that, it should just like fit right into that space there. You see that? So it should go right in there. So now that we have our mic plugged in, we're gonna power up this thing. That means we're gonna go around to the back side of it so that we can plug in the power cable. When you get around to the back side of this, you'll see there are 3 inputs. Now 2 of them you really don't have to worry about unless you're going to hook this up to an actual PA system, but just for your studio, you can totally ignore them. You really only care about the plug, which is right here. There it goes. Bada bing. And then you're going to plug it in. Hopefully you're going to plug it into a power strip. It is a 3-pronged thing. Okay, we have it plugged in. Now I'm just going to say this to you in case it doesn't say this in the manual or you don't really notice. You're probably going to want to turn the main level, which is the little knob at the top, to 0 to start with so you don't scare yourself. Then we go to the button in the back. It's just a toggle switch for power. Power on. Boop. And there we go. So this thing did not come on. Well, there. Now it's on. Just took a second. So now it's on. We have our microphone that's plugged in. We have power. Our main level is at nothing, so we're not going to hear anything in the microphone. But here we go. So now I'm going to turn it on. Up, 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 up. There we go. So I now have it at about 12 o'clock. So I don't want you to worry about these other knobs, but you can play around with them if you like. So generally, we just kind of have them all at 12 o'clock. These are the different frequencies that you're going to hear. So there's high frequencies, mid frequencies, and low frequencies. And as you play with the different knobs, you're going to hear it be slightly different. Not a big difference, but it's a little difference, and it might be worth playing with if you want to affect your voice differently than what you're hearing through the monitor. A couple things I really like about this monitor is that you can put 2 microphones in if you want to use 2 microphones. 2 people are sharing this, which is nice. I really like that it has a Bluetooth. So if I'm just using karaoke tracks from YouTube or something, it can talk to my phone. It can provide those backing tracks for me as I sing, so they both come out of the same source. Both the voice and the music will come out of the same source, which is nice. If I have custom backing tracks, or say I've downloaded something and I have it on a memory stick, there's a USB in here for backing tracks as well. So I just think that's really, really nice for singers to practice. So the last thing I want to say to you is just kudos to you. In fact, excuse me just a minute. Kudos to you. Kudos to you for providing this for your students and for yourself, because this here is a really important part of learning to sing popular styles. There's a relationship that the singer has with the sound that they hear through the microphone, the way that their voice is translated through the microphone, that really affects everything about how they're going to present their music. And that's what we want to do, of course, right? Is to help people with that. So way to go. Good for you. Enjoy the download. Enjoy your new toy and have fun.